I plan to do something in this video that I would normally try and avoid, that being talking about a film I know nothing about. But this short film came to my attention just the other day and I really wanted to talk about it. It's a sub 2-minute short with no dialogue, shot on what looks to be 16mm film and starring Chevy Chase.
Good evening, I'm Chevy Chase.
The setup is simple, as any film running less than 120 seconds has to be. Chase plays a pedestrian who every time he comes to a crossing the signal switches to don't walk, and when he finally gets a green signal he decides he doesn't want to cross after all. The end. The single screen of credits at the end lists the filming location as Brooklyn, New York, and the year to be 1968. That's 7 years before Saturday Night Live would give Chevy Chase his breakthrough, meaning Chase would have been about 24-25 depending on when it was filmed. It looks warm and Chase's birthday was in October, so let's say 24. And during that time, Chevy Chase was a member of a sketch group called Channel 1 with Ken Shapiro and Lane Sarachan.
And these letters say that they love these mime face things that I do. And I thought I would tell you how I do them. It started with an old friend, Ken Shapiro, back in GrooveTube. We did our first mime face. And I just love to put white on my face and mimic not only singers, but instruments, which I think you'll find kind of interesting in this little piece here. Could we roll?
As Chase explained in his introduction to this section from the ill-fated Chevy Chase show, this was a bit he used to perform in those shows. And I've managed to find some footage called Singing Faces of Chevy Chase performing the same routine but a different song with Ken Shapiro. There are no credits on this video, but IMDb puts the release date to also be 1968, and lists Chevy Chase, Shapiro and Lane Sarachan as co-writers. And although the book doesn't spend a great deal of time on this period, I recall Chase's authorised biography saying that these shows were experimental theatre taped for TV. So I've got a good feeling that this video was actually played during their shows. But if we go back to the credits of Walk Don't Walk, we can see that Shapiro and Sarachan are not to be seen. In fact, there is no writer or director credited, but it does call the production a Richard Allen film. So, who is Richard Allen?
I'm a bear for detail.
Well, according to IMDb, Richard Allen, or Rich as he seems to be going by now, was an uncredited co-writer on GrooveTube, which is directed by Ken Shapiro and written by Shapiro and Lane Sarachan, and features Chevy Chase recreating many of the sketches from their Channel 1 days.
I'm looking over a four-leaf clover that I overlooked before. One is for sunshine, the other for rain. Third for the roses that bloom in the lane.
And as luck would have it, I just found a video in the dark recesses of YouTube of Rich Allen and Lane Sarachan on stage together at Channel 1.
You just hold it right there, buddy. Everything will be all right. Okay, where's your money? It's in my pocket. Okay. Back here, huh? Yes. Yeah, okay. Stay right there. Just don't you move, buddy.
It's a simple scene titled One Armed Bandit, in which a thief struggles through a robbery as he's only got one arm. This too was turned into a short film in which Chevy Chase has a cameo as a police officer, a character who doesn't appear in this version. Sadly, I cannot find the short film version online, but I've got a pretty good idea of how it would have gone.
Testament of joy and all of its pains. Young people, I want you to know.
This is the trailer for a movie called Poems Without Words, a collection of short films by Rich Allen, which features footage of One-Armed Bandit and Walk Don't Walk. I haven't been able to source the full movie as all the where to watch links below the trailer were broken, but if Rich Allen happens to be watching this video, I want you to know that I would happily pay to watch this. But this is pretty much where my investigation ends. Walk Don't Walk is an interesting little film, and it caught my attention because it reminded me of the nonsense I shot with my 16mm camera, and I'd like to get back to shooting. If you would like to help me out with that, you can send me a one-time donation via this site. If you happen to know any more about Walk Don't Walk, or where to get Poems Without Words, then please let me know in the comments. I'm Scott Kingsnorth, and I'm making a movie.